Back into back. How are you doing?
Just smile, yeah.
Already next week.
Yeah. It's not. All right. Well, next week for the actor.
So I'm very. Well, we're gonna do it together. Every week.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it was a little, I thought it was nice. You can share that.
No, I watched it. No, and I
I actually washed it. You washed it today. I love it. All right, everybody's getting in, getting settled. Am I the only one that thinks it's freezing in here? Feels good to you. It's cold, right? It feels cold. But I do have my heater turned up in the office. All right, good morning. We're gonna get started. I know some of you are coming in from the table, getting your food. How many are turkeyed out? Never. Okay, we had for our Thanksgiving up in Nashville, my son went to a turkey farm. And he got a turkey that had just been, I mean, this turkey was loved on, it was organic, it was all the good things that turkeys like. So it was a loving turkey that was very important to my daughter-in-law because we killed said loving turkey. And but anyway, they killed the loving turkey, but you guys, it was the best turkey I've had in my life. There was one happy turkey, it was the best turkey. I've never had turkey that good. I mean, seriously. And who would brag about a really good turkey? Not me. Susan's the only one. Even the next day when you warm it up and you know that turkey is dry as a bone, and you know you're going to do a turkey sandwich and slather mayonnaise on it because it's so dry. Why are we talking about this? I have no idea. But anyway, it was a good turkey, I gotta say. So how many had a great Thanksgiving? Nice. I love it. Nobody would say I had a horrible Thanksgiving. Can I just add or no? Well, good morning, you guys. What are you grateful for today? I'm going to make sure I don't call on Ariel, who just put food in her mouth, and I won't call on Sharon either because she just put food in her mouth. So Susan, you have no food in your mouth. Tell me what you're grateful for.
I wish she was here this morning, but she's not. Fabiola, who is the sweetest human in the whole entire world.
Yes.
I struggle with Google Forms and QR code. They're the bane of my existence. I won't lie. I hate using them because I swear they never work right.
But your skills are so on point for everything else. We'll forgive you.
Thank you. But she was so sweet. She did a video for me on how to do it properly and link everything. It was the best. And now I feel enabled and less intimidated. So I wish she was here though.
Empowerment's a very cool thing. Coming at you for Fabiola. Yeah. Nice. All right. Who's next? What are you grateful for? We just We just had a whole meal about gratitude, so this shouldn't be hard. Tell me what you're grateful for today.
My grandson,
Your grandson, how old is he?
2,
What's his name?
Red.
Red. That's
He's gonna
appropriate.
he's gonna be a big brother in January.
Oh,
So it's the coolest thing in the world. I've got 4 adult children that are fantastic, that have given us no problems. I've been married for 32 years. It's been awesome. I did not know there was that another level of love for a grandchild.
it's crazy, isn't it?
It's beyond, you can't even describe it. You can just smile.
I know. I know. It is crazy. How many grandmas do we have grandma and grandpas do we have in the house? Right? It's true. It's so welcome to the club. And happy new one. All right, give me one more. One more. I got one more kiss. Something you're grateful for today. Wow, y'all. Roxy, go for it.
I'm grateful to my friend Robin Taylor
Woo!
for helping me out when I was out of town.
Awesome, awesome. Well, and you had a good time?
Yes.
Nice, right? All right, well, I will say this is what I'm grateful for this week. You guys, oh my gosh, you knocked it out of the park. First responders, 7 stations were taken care of for Thanksgiving. Give yourselves a hand. That is awesome. Coat drive, 65 coats were given out to people who had none. So well done, give yourselves a hand. And grants, raising grants, we're gonna talk about that in just a little while, because grants, raising grants, we still need your help. Because you know, we support the foster care support, North Fulton Charities, and the first responders. We also support Homestretch, which is a transitional home from homeless to home ownership. So, and lots of other things that we support. So hats off, you guys did really well. This is what giving looks like. So thank you for that. So this is what I'm grateful for this week. It's just because being surrounded by generous people like you guys, oh my gosh, what a privilege. So speaking of grants, raising grants, come on up, Roxy, and tell us what we have going and how much total did we raise? I think I've got the number in my head, but I want to make sure. How much did we raise for Roswell Cares?
I don't have the actual number unless I look back at my text, but I think it was 52.
$5,650 was raised for Roswell Cares. Oh my gosh, you guys, Roswell Cares has taken care of people who had fires, people who have had cancer, people who lost a spouse and took care of everything. Roswell Cares is truly an amazing, it's a fund. It's something that we do here personally at Roswell to help our own agents. And so if you've ever been a recipient of Roswell Cares, you know how important that is. So thank you again for giving $5,600.
No, yeah.
Okay, Miss Tan Cruiser. So tell us all about Grants Raising Grants.
So this year, Grands Raising Grants, which is part of the Foster Care Support Foundation, is providing gifts to those grandparents that are raising their grandkids. And I've met several of these grandparents before. They're in their 70s and 80s, and some of them are raising up to 8 of their grandkids.
Wow.
And they're on fixed income. They cannot provide any gifts. And so this is our, I don't know, 4th or 5th year, Susan, that we've been doing this. And this year, I grabbed 52 kids. Last year we did over 100. And I know we've been asking you for a lot this year with bringing food for the Thanksgiving feast, donating money for Roswell Cares, feeding the 7 fire stations plus the police station in Roswell, and rave reviews over the food. And I don't see Leah, but thanks to Leah for coordinating it when I wasn't here this year.
She may still be sick.
Oh, is
She
she?
was sick that day.
I
Yeah.
know she was.
Yeah.
So I have 13 kids left to adopt. And even if you can't fully adopt one of them, if you're open to just buying maybe one of the gifts, like a remote control car or something, I can then piecemeal and put things together and bundle them. So I've got 13 kids left. I was up late last night doing some shopping online for some of the things. But if you're interested, I'll be here after the team meeting. And, or if you don't want to, or you don't have time and you want to donate a few bucks, I'm happy to go shopping for you. Okay, so this is going to give gifts to the grandparents that they can wrap and give to their children on Christmas.
So don't wrap them.
Yeah,
They-
don't
We
wrap
have to
them.
be able to see what's in there. I have 3 boxes in my office for you,
Okay,
for, Miss Serenity,
okay,
12-year-old Serenity. So,
fantastic.
yeah.
So I'll be here afterwards.
cool.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank
thank
you.
you. All right. Okay, let's get, Miss Powell and Tyvon, you guys come on in here. How about the food? Let's give them some love. Thank you so much for our lunch today. What do you have from us from House Call?
So, as you guys know, I'm here a lot. So I know a lot of you guys, but you know, we offer 24/7 care for you guys. So if you get a deal and it's 11 o'clock at night, you can shoot us a text message and we'll get you in probably the next day. You know, we always try to take care of you the next day, if not the other next day, but we have 5 inspectors. This is one of our inspectors right here, actually. So he's here with me today. We cover the entire state, no extra cost. So if you have some buyers over in Savannah, or if you have some in Blue Ridge or LJ or anything like that, or even if yourselves are getting a cabin up there, we go up there and the price of that is on those brochures is the price that's gonna be for the inspection. We offer everything in-house, so we do sewer scopes, radon testing. We do partner with Arrow for termite letters, but our inspectors do visual termite inspection. So if we see any kind of activity, we'll let you know. Usually if we don't see any activity, it won't be in the report, but we can still talk about it. And if you still have concerns, we can still reach out to Arrow for you guys. But if you have any questions or anything like that, for example, if you're at a showing and you see something odd and you don't know what it is, but you want to know, you can always reach out to us and Drew will actually let you know, just in case if you, I don't know, look at a panel, it looks weird and you're like, Drew, what is this? He'll tell you. You know, he's always like that. He always wants to make sure that you guys are taken care of. So if you have any questions or anything like that, please reach out. We're always here. We always have one person on call on holidays. So just in case, if you do end up going under contract, you know, we do have at least one person on call. So you guys, like, we had an inspection on Thanksgiving, actually. So, you know, we're always gonna be here, especially for the holidays. If anybody has any questions, we also have a discount right here. It expires at the end of December. So you can use it as many times as you like. It's $50 off for every single inspection or package. So if you get a radon, you can get $50 off of that. So take a picture of it, keep it, just in case you guys want to get something done. Anybody has any questions right now? No?
Great food. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
guys.
and we're gonna hang out for a bit.
Perfect. And this is gonna be, you know, we always send the slides out at the end of the day. Raven is so amazing at that. So this will be in the slide deck that you will receive later on this afternoon. So feel free to grab that and just save it to your drive or to your phone or something like that. So Pal Tyvon, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Give us some love. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, onward. Tammy, Kathy, y'all come up. Yay! Beautiful pants. Are they comfortable?
They're very comfortable.
Good. Good. Well, hi, good morning. How are you guys here?
Yes, yeah. Well, Merry Christmas. We got lower rates, guys. Right? Yeah, actually locked somebody in 6% range, so it's really high sixes. High sixes, not crazy. But yeah, so we're definitely happy to see that and have another rate improvement today. So if you've got any contracts and they're looking to lock in, absolutely, definitely have them do that. But we also have a great new product that was rolled out. So Freddie Mac is coming out with a product to again help with home affordability. And we are partnering with them. So what we're looking to do is if they can get in as low as 1% of the purchase price, we are going to grant them either towards their down payment or closing costs $5,000, which is pretty good with they don't have to pay it back, no repayment required. So we're going to be looking at that for your first time home buyers in regards to if that's going to be a possibility. The remaining of the funds can be 100% gift. So again, another option for them. If it comes down to down payment is what they're struggling with, we want to be able to offer them. It is primary residence only, but it will allow them to go up to 4 units. So 1 to 4 units on this product, which is really, really cool. And the credit score is down to 580. So we are gonna be looking at the debt to income ratio. That's gonna be driven by the automated underwriting. So we're gonna definitely have to keep an eye on that. It is your conforming loans, and we are gonna be using 80% of the income limits for the AMI. So those are all things we're gonna dive into. So if you've got any first-time home buyers during consultation, we're gonna be looking at all these programs that will allow them to get into the home with the least amount of money. So super, super important. But Raven did send it out. I think it did get sent out. We are gonna post it again on the Facebook page as well. And as we also know, we've seen home inventory has gone up a little bit, but we're still below the average. So there's that as well. But it's still a great time to buy. We're still closing loans by the end of the year, so get them in quickly so they can qualify for homestead this year. I mean, there's so many great things to
So
do.
this is available right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah, right now.
right now.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, we've
So-
got that. We still got the Freddie Mac 1,500. We give 1,500 toward closing costs. We've got the rehab program that they can, you know, first time home buyers can put as little as 3% down. Repeat home buyers 5% down, buy the house and put 10% of whatever the, like, if it's a $500,000 house, we can give 50,000 to do the rehab work in the house. Home Depot, Lowe's, quick closing, not drawn out, you know, still closing 30 days or less. So again, it, like Tammy said, there's so many different programs that we have to look at when we talk to someone to see what best might suit them. Even in a consultation, we're not gonna have to pull credit, or we can do a light credit pull that doesn't hit and have these conversations now to get them ready.
They'll not, other lenders are not doing this. There are some lenders out there that are, they do certain things, but especially new agents. These are your partners, right? They're going to have the consultations with your clients to find the right product for them right now. So these are your partners, use them.
Yeah, let's build up spring. I mean, if
Yeah.
they're not ready now, let's have the discussions to have them ready, because there may be things they need to do on credit. And we'll discuss that. It may be income. I mean, we've had people switch over from W-2 to 1099 that can go back to W-2 to get in the home they need to have, the self-employed situation. We have people that, you know, have to go the self-employed program and give us bank statements. So looking at it now, especially before they get ready to file the taxes for this year, you know, to get ready for next year, if they're self-employed, is key before the end of the year.
Yeah, especially if they're gonna be entitled to a tax refund. We want to put that to use for them. Buy a house.
Any questions? Nope. All right, y'all got it then. I know y'all got every bit of it.
Thank you so much, ladies, the queens of mortgages. Thank you, everybody, give them some love. Rita, Nancy, y'all come up. How are you? Look at this. You know what? Look at this. She looks so good today. It's awesome. There. Ooh, yeah.
So I have some goodies. Yeah. I have some goodies. So these are McMichael and Gray pens. I know people that have closed with us, these are on our closing tables, but these are really good pens. So I'm gonna be passing these out while Amy speaks, but we are with McMichael and Gray. My name is Rhea Dawkins. This is Amy Blackman Smading. She's one of our attorneys. I'm the agent service representative. For those of you that may not know, I'm your in-house legal resource. So even if I don't have the answers, I can get them for you. We have 2 events coming up to round out 2023. They are specifically for new agents. So Amy is going to be joining Leah Long on a Zoom call for New Agent Bootcamp on Thursday, December 14th. And then on Friday, December 15th, we are going to be hosting our first new agent class. It's going to be on a monthly basis. And so again, for any new agents, if you guys have any questions, feel free to stop by my office. I'm going to pass these pens out while you talk about withholding.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, just if you want to attend the new agent class, just as a refresher, even if you're not a new agent, please feel free to come to that as well. We're just gonna kind of go over some basics on the closing. But I do want to chat with y'all real quick about withholding. So in Georgia, if the seller is not, they have to fall into a couple different categories for them not to have the 3% withholding for the state of Georgia. So those categories are gonna be, are they a resident of Georgia? Was it their primary residence for the last 5 years? If those 2 are not met, they then have to go through the calculation for the capital gains, the adjusted cost basis, all that kind of stuff.
that's stuff that we're gonna need them to do prior to closing. We send out our seller information forms once we get the contract, we send that out. We get their payoff information, HOA information, all of that fun stuff. That's where we can kind of see on there. But if they do have to go through that capital gains calculation, we will recommend that they speak to an accountant or a tax advisor on that. I will not be able to give assistance on that portion, but if they do ask y'all, hey, I cannot remember how much I sold my property, or excuse me, how much I purchased my property for. Just want to make sure y'all have a couple of things that y'all are aware of on the tax assessor's website. Of course, it's going to be listed there. But another trick is if you have the copy of the deed from when you either received it from us, or if you pulled it yourself to include with the contract or with your listing agreement, you can actually, now I may already know this, at the very top right-hand corner, it's going to tell you what the transfer tax was. So it's $1 for every 1,000. So if you have $965 at the top right-hand corner of that recorded deed, can y'all tell me how much they bought the property for? No takers?
Oh, come on, you gotta pass $1 per 1,000, $1 per 1,000, 965 times one, come on, 1,965,000.
There we go. All right. I know it's Tuesday after Thanksgiving, but basically you see, $965, it's 965,000. That's a little trick, but you can also look it up on the tax assessor's website. But just keep that in mind, just to keep your client informed if they're either not a resident of Georgia, it was not their primary residence, and if they haven't gone through that calculation, that would be something to talk about for closing, is that withholding. But if y'all have any questions on that, please give us a call, and we are looking forward to closing with you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna break that attorney down into that attorney language into lay terms real quick. Y'all, if you have, when you've got a seller, ask them how long they've lived in the house. If they haven't lived in the house for at least 2 years, then this is a conversation that you're going to immediately want them to have with the lender, because then capital gains is probably going to be owed. And you want to connect them with Rhea or Kern or Amy, somebody that you can actually see that, so that client is prepared and not shocked on the date of closing that they're getting hit and they're having funds withdrawn or withheld from closing. Got it? Okay, cool. Okay, let's go. We got home warranty company. The 210 home warranty is probably not on Zoom, not sure. 210 home warranty, get your home warranties on your listings and ask for your buyers. Georgia Natural Gas, Tammy, real quick, stand up and tell us a little bit about Georgia Natural Gas. Tammy?
Morning.
Good morning.
I'll be quick. Just as a reminder, we have our bonus going on. So if you refer 5 or more people to Georgia Natural Gas in the months of November, and we're also doing it in December, then you will get a $500 bonus for that month. So if you and it's easy to refer people, you can refer clients at closing, and you're also giving them a discount. It's not just something you're getting, but you're giving your clients $120 in bill credits and the lowest rate they're probably going to get on their natural gas service. So you get an additional $500 if you refer 5 or more people. And a lot of it, there's one team that I work with, or several actually, that give their rewards to charity. You guys are talking about a lot of the charities that you contribute to, which I think is wonderful. So a lot of the rewards, that if you get the $500 or the $60 for every referral that you send in, you can also donate those to, your charity of choice. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have not registered with us, at least register with us. You can either scan the QR code or just go to our website, gng.com/GNG Hub, and get registered with us, so it's easy to refer. And I've told you sending your link is the easiest way to refer, but also when you do refer a client to us, be sure that you're giving them the KW Roswell promo code. That is for their discount. And then also please put in there your referral code, because when you register with us, you as the agent get your own referral code. It's going to have an R and then some numbers behind it. So be sure you're giving them both codes, because I noticed somebody from this office referred somebody and they signed up with your promo code for this office, but they didn't give us your referral code. So that means they didn't use the link, because the link, it's already in there. They probably called it in And when they called in, they gave the promo code. So if you think you've referred somebody, Susan, and they didn't, maybe possibly did not use your referral code, just shoot me an email with the property address and I can let you know what address it was. Okay? Any questions?
I love that your number is up here so that we can,
Yes.
so that we can reach out. So really reach out. This is an opportunity for you and to provide, again, more value for your clients. Thank you, Tammy.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got Up Equity. Derek, tell us a little bit about what's going on with Up Equity.
Happy to. Derek White, Up Equity, buy before you sell program. We are offering a $500 referral fee for listing agents. So if you have a listing and an offer comes in with a home sale contingency, you refer that client over to us and they end up using us to remove that contingency and purchase that house, then we will pay the listing agent you $500 referral fee once it closes. Now, they need to use us. They need to use our program in order to buy that house. So there's got to be revenue for us in order for us to share that revenue with y'all. But just a little bit of an incentive that we are offering. One quick thing. If you do refer somebody and you don't have the link that we have set up for this office, the application link, just call me. One thing we don't want you to do is send that client to our website, have them fill out an application there, then they get diverted to our inside sales team, and I got to track them down. So if you have somebody that you want to refer and you don't know the link that you need to use, just call me. So you guys should all have my contact information.
Awesome. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. All right, James from Diane Endeavors, come on up. Tell us what we got going on. What do we have?
Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello.
Yay, James.
Yay, James.
Well, very simply, I know you all think of us for your brochures and your flyers and your just listed postcards, but this is just print. So we can also help you with not only if you want to do business holiday cards, but also we're doing a lot of personal holiday cards for people. We this year are doing acrylic ornaments. We have a couple different designs.
Aw.
And because they're acrylic, we can actually print on the back of them now. So people are doing branded information on the back with your business and then one of the cute fun designs. We're mailing these out in cards. So the whole thing is a custom card branded to you. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, wait.
This is all of the designs we've come up with and all the information inside the card. Yours would obviously say something like warmest wishes to you and your family. And I'm gonna leave these outside with some of these ornaments. Furthermore, I don't know if you have seen anything on Facebook, but we just got an embroidery machine and a t-shirt printer. So keep us in mind for fun family gifts this year. We already have a couple people ordering superlative t-shirts to give out. We had some people do, members of the family Thanksgiving t-shirts. So cool. Yeah, just keep us in mind. And if you would like us to do your holiday cards, you're sending us your spreadsheet and then they go out. You don't have to wait for us to deliver them to you. Yes.
Wow.
And then, you're stuffing them at home on a night that's convenient for you, but oh wait, now it's the 21st. How did this happen?
You don't know agents at all, do you? Oh my gosh.
So,
We all do this.
give Brian a call. Our information is on these cards. I'll leave them outside. Thank you for your time.
James, thank you so much. We love Diane Endeavors. All right, wait, did you see that deadline to order is December 11th? Just a notice, December 11th deadline. Do I need this? Do you need this up for the QR code? Anybody need that or you want to wait till you get it later? Let's go. All right, these are tools to run your business. These are tools that are, all of these are linked, so feel free to reach out. One of my favorite on here is Porch.com for repair estimates. Porch.com for repair estimates. Excellent tool. Okay, let's talk a little bit about events coming up. We've got Market of the Moment, Masterminds. We have tomorrow, we've got Mastermind tomorrow morning. And then we've got 6 step to bold. You guys that are in bold, you're almost done. Keep going, well done. And then tomorrow or on Thursday from 1 to 2, we've got Andy doing an MREA roundtable. You guys, this is massive information. So Andy, because we have an amazing OP, he actually knows all kinds of mega agents throughout the whole company. And he brings in some really nice big hitters just to tell you what they're doing. How are they getting the business? What are they doing to get more? And how are they doing it? And what are they doing to overcome certain challenges? It's pretty amazing. It's 1 hour of your time, so it's well worth it. We've got White Elephant gift exchange, not next week, December 19th. So we'll get that connected. That was my bad. December 19th is the White Elephant gift exchange right here. Are we gonna do perhaps maybe what we've done in the past? I don't know.
You tell us.
Okay, I would love if you, could I get your help on that?
Always.
Okay, so we did a gingerbread
Building contest.
building contest. You're all agents. So we will see how well you construct a house. If you are like me, my house fell in 30 seconds flat, right? So we don't have Mr. Weatherby building the house, right? So you have to build your own and we'll see how that turns out. So on the 19th, if we can get enough gingerbread houses, we will have that. And it'll be a White Elephant a gift exchange. Bring a gift for under $20. Those who bring a gift can participate. If you don't bring a gift, you can't swap it because you don't have a gift to swap, yes? So bring a gift, choose something fun, something silly, or something from the heart. The sillier, the better, in my opinion, but anyway. And we've got holiday party December 12th, next Tuesday night at Brookfield Country Club. This is gonna be awesome. So get dressed up, bring your significant other, and, but we need 2 weeks. So sorry, I'm already at the end of the year. So December 12th, and this could be really great. Our holiday party is really fun. Who's been? It's great, yeah? Okay, here we go. Compliance.
That we didn't get in on the slides because I forgot to get it driven. This Saturday is Pictures with Santa. It's not too late to get in on that. It's a really fun event. Even if you have 4 or 5 people show up, it's totally worth it. Our very own Oscar is Santa, is the best Santa in the whole entire world. I actually had a friend of mine call to see if she could rent him.
Well, if his real estate business ever tanked, he'd have another career.
Exactly, but it's really a fun event. It looks like right now that it'll be $100 or less per agent to participate. A great touch for your clients. I'm doing another round. I have a bunch of people coming, but I'm doing another round door to door to my neighborhood, which I typically don't hit up for things like this because I have 2 other agents that get a little cranky when I do, but I don't care.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you for that. That's this Saturday.
This Saturday, 12 to 4.
Okay, good. Okay, compliance checkup. You guys, updated ABAD is on the KW Roswell training page. It's also in DocuSign and Remind, yes? So it's an updated ABAD because the fees for shelter mortgage changed. So we had to disclose that change. Nothing else has changed on that. So if you can make sure that you download that and attach it to your contracts. TCPA, y'all, watch your phones. Right? Watch your phones. Let's not get any fines. Okay, we're gonna do some awards real quick before we get into lots of content. So now you gotta get your hands ready because every one of you want to be on this slide. Yes?
Yeah.
Every one of you are saying, I'll be on that slide. That's right. I am gonna be on that slide. Yes? Yes. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do some shout outs. I'm gonna call out all 10 names, 12 names, whatever they are. So we've got Adam Sobel, Antiana, Melody Bray, Jordan Brown, Tatum McCurdy, Ashley Goodrich, Brett Tilehaber, Carrie Bill, in the back, Wesley, Crystal, Garrett, Pamela Weatherby. Well done. Yes. All right, we've got close units on teams. Hernandez Group, Ann and Miles Kim, the Great Door Group, Del Chero Group, and Sarah Sloan team. Yes. Woo. Groups, Curtin Team, Atlanta Property Professionals, Atlanta Property Matchmakers, Southern Equity Commercial, Renee Bissell and Associates, well done. Listings taken, individuals, Carrie Thomas, Kathy, Jake, Tatum, Precious, Cynthia, Jim, Sissy, Carrie, Jamie, Scott, Pamela, well done. I could have a career as an auctioneer. Listings taken team, Sarah Sloan team, Hernandez Group, Anna Miles, Kim, well done. And last listings taken groups, Curtin Team and Renee Bissell and Associates, well done, you guys, well done. All right, now let's get into, so what have you noticed this week in the market? Anybody notice anything this week in the market?
Rates down a hair.
Rates down here, that's nice. That's very nice. What else? Is it getting easier? Is it getting harder? Is it staying the same?
It's just back to normal. Which is almost normal.
Almost normal. So remember, y'all, we send this out every day, but this is what's happened in the last 24 hours. New listings, 162, back on market, price reductions. We had more price reductions than we had new listings. Are the sellers getting more realistic finally?
Yes, maybe.
How many of you still have some that are super, super stubborn? Yeah, right? Pendings, 166, withdrawn and expireds. Opportunity, 87, 222 closed units, 115 active under contract, coming soon, listings 42, 11,000 total active listings. This is not total FMLS. This is the greater Atlanta area that consists of 11 counties. So when you look at this, 11,000, because in total FMLS, it's somewhere around 13, but where we are in our metro Atlanta is 11,000, 2.6 months of supply, 16 median days, and 7.32, but I really like the 6 that I just heard. I'm like, where's the 6? I want to know the 6. I like that 6. So, so how does this compare to what a normal, Susan said, it feels like it's getting back to a little bit of a normal market. So, you know, when you post this or you give this information to your clients, that's great, but these are just numbers to them. Without context, they're just numbers. Is 11,000 good or bad, they would say. They think this is bad. Well, the average is 7.02. So it's our job to provide the perspective, and let's look at that perspective. Now, you'll see the numbers are slightly different because the active listings that they said is 7601, that Chartmasters is saying. They're using a different set of numbers and they're bouncing it off in a 3-month period. Okay, so it gets a little confusing. Don't focus on the numbers, focus on the perspective in 2016, 2019, and 2023. This is what you tell your buyers. This is what you focus on with your buyers and your sellers. So active listings back in what is considered a normal market in 2016, we have 13,500. And now they're saying we had 7,600. We really had about 11,000 homes on the market through September on average. So we're not that far behind. Fewer pending in 2016 and 2019. Look how many we have pending today or through the end of September. Number of solds, we're down on solds. Supply in months though, we're 2.7. We were better than 2019 and better than 2016 as far as supply in months, 450,000. Our average right now is just over 500. Okay, this was through the end of October, not September. 21 median days on the market. In hours, it's 16 days on the market right now. Average median is 16. 98.4% of list price to sold price ratio. Less pressure, price reductions, 37% price reductions. And how many price reductions, Carrie, did you see last year in, prior to July 2022? Very few. Next to none. How many price reductions are we seeing now? Lots. We're seeing almost 37%, almost 40% of the sellers are finally getting a little bit realistic. Okay, little bit realistic. So hopefully that's gonna level out a little bit, because hopefully we're gonna continue to educate them. Failed listings. What are failed listings for the newbies in the room?
Expired and.
Yeah. It went on the market, but for some reason it failed. Either it was withdrawn or it expired, it terminated and went completely off the market, whatever that looks like, right? And 1%, we're actually 0.9% in our area of distressed sales. So is this good or bad? It's not a trick question. How does it look? Good or bad? Great time to sell. Great time to buy. Why? Well, forecast indicates a slight increase in sales. Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Association, and National Association of Realtors, they weigh in and they're projecting the rest of 2023 and 2024. So let's see the average of all three of these forecasts. They're saying that in millions will be at 4.8 million, and in 2024 will be at 5.2 million nationally. Anybody remember where we were at, Tom? Where were we at in 2021? How many houses did we sell in 2021? 6.1 million. 6.1 million in 2021. 2022 was lower than that. 2023, we're estimating that it'll be around 4.8 as a total. So let's see, NAR seems to be the most positive in their projections for 2024. So what's the moral of the story? This is a normal market. This is normal. Normal. All right, let's look at prices. What are they saying the prices are going to be? So experts forecast home prices to end this year up 2.8% over last year and to rise another 1.5%. Can somebody tell me what the average 30-year appreciation year over year is according to NAR? 4. That's right, Tom, 4%. So what happened in 2020?
50%.
It went crazy. Yes, it went crazy. Just like what happened in the crash, it went crazy downward, right? There was no crash, right? For us, there was no crash in 2022. It was just a supply and demand issue. And so prices went way the heck up. But we've already discovered that we're getting down to where we need to be. So home prices, Fannie Mae feels like 2023, this is shocking. Fannie Mae says, wait, that the home prices in, they think 6.7 year that for 2023, up over last year. Interesting. MBA, Mortgage Bankers Association, they're saying 1.5 for 2023 and 1.1 for 2024. NAR's not saying much at all, right? So that means prices are expected to continue climbing. And does that make buying a good investment? Always. Is this helpful? When you pull stats like this, and when your sellers and buyers say, well, I don't know, should I put the house on the market now? Maybe I should wait till the spring when it's a little bit better. Yes, in the spring, you're gonna have more competition. You're gonna have more competition in the spring. So anytime is a good time, but how do you get them to move off the fence today? Serious home buyers are buying in November and December. They have to buy. Otherwise, why are they gonna come out with coats instead of going out in the spring and pretty open houses and pretty flowers, right? All right, last thing I wanna cover. I want you to put this in your buyer's consultation, screenshot it, do whatever you need to do. This is called purchasing power. If you have a hard time seeing in the back, feel free to come on up. The moral of this story is your lender consultations are critical. This isn't 2021 where you just said either you qualify or you don't. We're gonna put in an offer of $30,000 over because it really doesn't matter. If you want it, you're gonna have to do it. Today, a little bit more discerning from your buyers, right? So this is where you take a home, this is the amount of the loan. On the top, this is where your interest rates are. So if you're looking at a $490,000 home, not including taxes and insurance, at 8% interest, their mortgage payments are going to be $35.95. If interest rates drop down to 7%, that's about 130, what is that, $230 difference per month? This is important for your buyers to know. So when you're talking to your buyers, you're not a lender, but when you're talking to your buyers and you can share this graphic with them and say, remember, this doesn't include taxes and insurance, but this is how the impact of interest rates are on your purchasing power. This is important. It's also important that you can show that to your sellers to say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, this is what the buyers are looking at. Because they may go and downsize and pay cash for their next home. So this doesn't apply to them, or maybe it does. So this is good for buyers and sellers, but this is the impact of interest rates and what you can buy. Any questions on this? If so, call the Mortgage Bankers Association. No, I'm kidding. Any questions?
Just a comment too. I mean, we're heading into an election year 2024. So like, I imagine it's going to be pretty stable as we look into next year too.
You know, back in 2012, I went down a rabbit hole, Sam, and I started pulling everything I could pull, the data that happened during election years. This was pre-KW, by the way. Otherwise, it's all available now in KW. However, I went down a rabbit hole and discovered, as we all know, because we're in KW, and this is information that's always provided, is that rates pretty much stay stable in an election year. Gee, I wonder why. No politician wants to be responsible. They don't want to be responsible for it, right? And so everything pretty much likes to stay the same. So yeah, this is pretty much what you can expect. Man, if we can get down into the sixes, you should be shouting it from the rooftop. Shouting it from the rooftops, right? Okay, this graphic doesn't include taxes and insurance. You guys get them connected with a lender immediately. Don't show 6 houses to somebody before they connect with a lender. Don't do it. Right? So sometimes let's call a spade a spade. Do we want them connected with a lender right off the bat? Yes. If somebody calls on a house that they want to see that day, and it's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you have one shot to impress them, are you gonna say, you know, I need you to call my lender before I show you this house, or are you gonna go meet them at the house and tell them to call your lender? What are you gonna do, Roxy? Have them talk to the lender. You're gonna have them talk to the lender. Who would meet him at the house? Okay, 30-year veteran, she's not gonna waste her time. Hungry ones, we're gonna meet them at the house. Right, we're hungry.
Anyway, because we're doing an open house while they're there, so we can get other people to come in and say.
There you go. There you go. One stone, like how you think. So, if we go to the house.
Outside in the yard.
We're gonna go to the house, we're gonna show that house to them, and then we're gonna say, if this house doesn't check all your boxes, I get it. Why don't we go ahead and take care of the necessities first, which is getting you pre-approved so that you understand what these are, so that you can be comfortable with your payment. Because if you say, because I don't want to put your butt in my car for the next 4 days showing you houses, that's not gonna go over very well, right? Or you don't want, I'm being facetious with that, but seriously. Win them over, show them your value. Introduce them to your lender and say, I really want you to be comfortable with your mortgage payment so that we know where we're going. Let's get ready for that. Face to face, way better than a phone call, yes? We'll take them both. Okay, good. Any questions, comments, ahas? Any tips, words of advice on this? Roxy, she wants to clear that up.
I do. Because it's not just like if you're not gonna talk to a lender, I'm asking them a series of questions. Well, tell me a little bit about your situation. Oh, well, I just moved here. I don't have a job. I just had foreclosure. For those, okay, well, I'm still gonna talk with them, but I'm not just gonna run out and go to a house.
Yeah. A good point, great point of clarity, because she's pre-qualifying the buyer via phone. That's what she's
Or I
doing.
have a house on the market in Dayton, Ohio. It's been on the market for 2 years and I have to sell it first.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a conversation about our
Yeah.
market here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's exactly right. Clarifying questions. If you've got a local buyer and they don't have to sell and they don't have a foreclosure, are you gonna get out there and show it to them? Even if it means they haven't talked to your lender, I would say yes. Unless you talked to them and I just filed bankruptcy last year. Yeah, you're not buying a house.
but you can do it happily because if you're professional about it, they may not be able to buy, but they refer you to someone else. So
Yeah,
I'm always thinking, okay, how can I
yeah, I love that.
build a relationship?
Yeah, I love that. It is pre-qualifying your buyer. Pre-qualify your sellers too, right? So face to face, get the information, do what you have to do to get this information in front of them. Yes? Okay. Let's talk about 5 ways to fill your pipeline in 2024. 5 ways to fill your pipeline in 2024, and it's not gonna cost you a dime. That's nice. Okay, let's talk about it. Because Sam's gonna talk to us about the 36 Touch and this amazing newsletters that he just created for us. So number 1, 36 Touch and 19 to Cement. Y'all, these are in command. They're already built for you. All you have to do is pull them in, put your logo, everything, because it's all there. All you have to do is bring in your stuff. Pull it right into that little email, put your header on there, put your footer on there, and boom, you're ready to send stuff out. So number 1, 36 Touch and 19 to Cement. Number 2, be the local expert on Nextdoor, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, and local sites. Be the local expert. What do I mean by that? How many of you like to go on the Nextdoor app? You do, Wim? Anybody else? Why?
Everything.
Yes. If they have that blower going. I get it, I hate the blower myself, but guys, how many times have you seen on Nextdoor, somebody's either saying, I'm looking for a house, or I have a house to sell, or does anybody know of something coming up?
Yeah, I do that.
Always, right? Now, here's the deal, is that when here's what we're really tempted to do. This is what we're really tempted to do. Is that when you see a post like that on Nextdoor, and that, hey, I'm looking for so-and-so, and then you're the first one to respond, I'm a local realtor, I'm happy to help you. And then 15 other posts, well, I'm a local realtor too, and I'd love to help you. Oh, I'm this too, and I'm this too. Well, next thing you know, you're just one of many. But what if, when there's something that pops up on Nextdoor, or you just put information like this, or like this, or like this, up on Nextdoor, and you just start offering free advice. Now, you may be thinking, well, I think I'm worth a little something more than just putting free advice out there. But what do we teach? Deposit, 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 and now I can withdraw. We deposit value, we deposit value, we deposit value, and then when somebody needs something from you, who are they going to? Who are they going to remember and screenshot the one who's always there to give advice without asking for anything? And you all of a sudden, you then become the local expert in your Nextdoor app just because you're continuing to give out that free advice. But what if another agent takes my advice and uses it? That's the, what is that? Copying is the finest flattery. I'm messing this up. I'm butchering. What is it?
It's the biggest form of that.
Thank you, Alicia. So yeah, that. Okay, so let's go back. This, you cannot underestimate the value of this, because do we have agents out there that use a little more training?
Yeah, I drive, I live right down there. I do it every day, I've never.
Number 3, start a local blog for community insights and housing stats. Your local reporters for the Patch, for AJC, for all kinds of newspapers, they're all looking for experts. They're all looking for somebody to help them out because they got a deadline and they have to get an article out there. Why not be their expert? Start a local blog for community insights and housing stats. Number 4, prospect old expireds. How many of you prospect expireds? What happens if you go into FMLS and you pull the expireds from 6 months ago? And then you sort by address to see if it's been relisted. And if it hasn't been relisted, then you look in the tax records to see if they did a private sale or something like that, right? And if it didn't sell, that old expired listing from 6 months ago, why did they want to sell 6 months ago? Might they want to sell right now? Might they be thinking about doing it in September, in spring? So, and now don't call them, please don't. Go up to their door. Hi, I'm Ariel. I'm with KW Realty Consultant, and I noticed that you had your home listed last year. I'd like to leave just a little bit of marketing information. Why were you wanting to sell last year? What happened that you decided not to sell? And you start asking them, and you give them pieces of information, and you share with them what you can do for them. Don't call them, be different, show up at their door and leave them something of value. Be different. Okay, last, open houses and door knocking. How many do open houses? Oh, I like this. I like this. Okay, open houses and door knocking. Open houses and door knocking. This is a no-brainer. I don't need to explain it to you. The last thing I want you to see, go back into here tonight, this afternoon, or wherever you're going to go when we send this out. Please download your playbooks, because what I just told you, it's in a playbook. Page by page by page, 20 to 25 pages of how to do this. And it's free. Okay? Who's gonna do, what are you gonna do? 1 through 5, shout out, what are you gonna do? 2. You're doing 2. Who's doing something else?
1.
Okay, who else? 4? 3? 5? Okay, good. What have I missed? Is there something else that we should have had up here? Events? Yep. It can be free. It can be. free to you, Roxy.
Working with your vendors, part of your team.
Yeah. Yeah. You and Michael do this on a high level.
The vendors?
You also use your charities and the efforts that you do, you shout it to the world so people understand you're real humans, that you love to help people. And that is helpful. It may not get you the business, but isn't it helpful when you can see on your Facebook page that you just fed a bunch of first responders? People love that, they want to work with generous human beings. So whatever you're doing, if you're doing a blessing basket, if you're feeding the first responders, if you're giving a coat away, if you're doing grants, helping grants, take a picture of it and say, I'm helping grants, raising grants. If anybody wants to help me, please shoot me a DM or text me. I'd love to include your donations as well. Because people want to work with generous people. Yes? Cool. Okay. Your turn. You guys, because we talked about this 36 touch and 19 to cement, January 1 is coming up so fast. So fast. Well, your newsletters are already loaded in command for you to set up for next year. Already, and they're beautiful. So I give it to you, my friend. Tell us all about it. What are we looking at?
Yeah, so before jumping in, just to show of hands and hope this is embarrassing, how many of you are using our current 2023 version of 36 Touch? Yeah, any feedback on them? Are your clients reading them?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
okay, all
are,
right,
they are.
yeah.
People do make comments about the content and it's beautiful, and so it's just really, it feels what I've heard for agents and myself, like it feels personalized to them.
Yes. Yeah, and it should be. And I'm going to show you the templates in which I built them. Know that when you have access to these, they will be branded specifically to you. Like Robin had mentioned, there is a header and a footer that when these go inside of Command, it will be branded directly to you. So you'll see the KW logo, but more importantly, you'll see your name and your headshot at the top, and then also on the bottom as well, with all of your contact information. So this is like the same value as if you had a full-blown marketing person on your team doing this for you. And thank you for sharing that, Ann. Unfortunately, I can see how many total downloads we have in the smart plan, so I don't really get the feedback from a one-on-one basis, so I just appreciate that. From agents that I have met with and have looked at it though, and you can tell me if this is any different from your experience, I see that we typically get like a 50% plus open rate on these emails. Does anyone know like what the industry average is on an email open rate? 20 to 25%. We're double that, which is insane. So what that tells me is what's in here is valuable. And this is not me bragging about this. I'll be honest with you, I just made it local. We made this specific for like our group here. But there's a lot of really, really great content in here. And what I'm going to just kind of walk through, just in case you haven't seen these for the first time. And one of the updates in 2023, we had a 4-page format for these emails. It actually knocked them down to 2. People don't read anymore. We took that data in here. Threw some nice content in here, but each of these are going to be specific to not only the month, but also there's going to be some like local elements to this. So in January, specifically, there's some things in here about like new year, new home, tips for organizing your space. So there's going to be an element of like seasonal decoration, seasonal something home related inside of this. And then there's actual events. Now, the goal here is I know that in Georgia Legacy Group, we cover so many territories. So this is a little bit vague, but also it is based in the Atlanta market. So for New Year specifically, it's just like, hey, these are traditions that we know that people explore in the Atlanta area in general. So it's like the Stone Mountain, the Peach Drop in Midtown, the Children's Museum, and Six Flags. So even though that may not be like Roswell specific, this is still local enough that your clients are like, hey, I know this person bought this from like some national syndicate to do it for them. There are going to be elements inside of these that I want to say like are a real estate call to action, but there's nothing in here that I'd call like gotcha content, where like if I get a response back with an answer, I'm not gonna be like, oh crap, I didn't read the newsletter, what's in there? It's gonna be something just generic, like, hey, does New Year bring promises of new home? Or are you interested in a home evaluation? Something like that. Nothing's gonna get you caught off guard that if you do get a response from the email, you can go back and kind of read it. And then again, just kind of seasonal stuff, new year, new home. I'm gonna scroll on down through some of our favorites. February is the month of Valentine's Day and some love, so give some local restaurant recommendations. Atlanta finally got some Michelin star restaurants. Super excited about that. So make sure that we included a few of those inside of the newsletter as well. And again, just some like fun tips about like how to stage your home or home maintenance in the month of February. Nothing in here about like snow or ice damming. It's going to be specific to the South, living in the South. And again, just some like really fun like lists and things throughout here. But we did spruce up the look and the feel of these for each month, shorten them to just 2 pages instead of 4. But a really cool look from what we had last year. Let's scroll through these kind of quick. May's a fun one. That's always like brunch recommendations. Father's Day, some like gifts for dads in June. Really cool, classy look and feel.
It's beautiful. Yeah, you've kept the format and everything with the really fresh graphics, but then brought in some pictures specific to that month.
Yes.
It's really great.
Yeah, I love the August one because we're thinking back to school at that point. So like
Yeah.
weekend getaways without leaving Georgia, got some pretty cool things within a short drive. All really, really cool for that content.
Yeah.
And then what I want to share with all of y'all, if you want to get access to these inside of Command, inside the Smart Plan library, if you go into Smart Plans and just go to the library and search 2024 GLG, you're going to find all of these laid out super easy. We did change the formatting this year to where it's going to say which month. So 1 January 2024, you'll know specifically that's the month that this needs to go out. If you scroll to the bottom though, you'll see that we also have this formatted quarterly so that you can send out Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You can basically set up your entire Smart Plan, all 36 titles for the entire year in 8 clicks, which is really cool. We did everything we can to kind of booby trap and make sure that like safety net after safety net, this is really easy. If you were to click and actually download these Smart Plans, it'll tell you what date you need to launch them on. So this one will tell you that Q1 needs to be sent between 12/26 and 1/1, Q2, May 9th. But take a look at those dates. Lucy and I will put some training on the calendar to walk you through this. We have a video on my YouTube channel that if you just want to learn at home, feel free to. But we'll be more than happy to set you up for the entire year. And I know there's going to be a small group of you, and yet I still want to offer this. If you find Smart Plans to be very overwhelming, I have no problem going in. Just give me your Command login. It'll take me 3 seconds to go set up your Smart Plan for you. We'll do your whole 36 touch for the year. I have no problem doing that. If you constantly run into a roadblock, I don't want technology to be an excuse for you not to go do one of the most important things in your business, which is to have a database with a touch plan attached to it. So whatever we can do, myself and Lucy, to make this easy for you, please let me know.
So let's talk a little bit about what we often hear is that the number one excuse that I hear about not doing the newsletter is that they don't feel like they're afraid that when they send that out, it won't be fresh and new to that client because they're afraid that somebody else may have gotten this a newsletter from another agent. You want to speak to that just a little bit?
Well, I think it goes back to some example of like Nextdoor, right? The example of like, who's your realtor, right? Like what it comes down to is if I'm consistently making those deposits, then my name's going to stick out and amongst a list or amongst like somebody's giant inbox where they got, I'm not judging anyone here, but I've seen some people with like tens of thousands of unread emails inside their inbox. The goal is we got to like break through that clutter. But I think this is really, really important too. And thank you for bringing that up, Robin. Like we have a digital 36 touch that consists of a newsletter, but does anyone know like what the recommendation is of a true 36 touch? No. And this is why it's so important that like you jump into these events that we have with the Market Center and as well as partner with Diane Endeavors. But a true 36 touch should be 26 emails, 4 phone calls, that's once a quarter, 4, I don't really know what they call this. It's like mail, something tangible. This has to be something that they get from you 4 times a year that they can like physically hold.
Could
Now,
even be Popeye.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I put mail here, but like, this is like really like the calendar, it's a Popeye, it's a pie, it's those things. And then lastly, if my math is right, it's 2 events. Now, what we built inside of like Command inside the Georgia Lacey Group is truly 36 touches. It's not the best practice of what we know to be true, because I can't put direct mail inside of here. I can't put 2 events. So the goal here is like, you can get 36 touches electronically, but we are checking off this one and this one for you. But if you can partner with our partners like Diana Devers and do your market center events, you'll go from a 36 touch to like a 50+ touch and just totally rock this on your business in 2024.
And I think what's really important is I just read an article in the last couple of days about Zillow leads. Here's what's interesting. This sort of shocked me because, well, it didn't really shock me, but I didn't understand exactly how quick it happened. So let's say that you get a Zillow lead, or you're a My Agent Zillow or whatever that is, and you get a lead that comes to you. You answer that lead, you call them back. Do you know that within 5 minutes, 70 other agents got the same lead? Whoa. So when you look at that, and you realize that it's not about, it isn't about, it's not about getting an internet lead. It's about nurturing your people. And if you're afraid that, oh my gosh, this newsletter might look like Amy's, who cares if they got this same newsletter, Lydia, that Ariel sent out, that Yana sent out? Who cares? Are you the one that follows up with them 36+ times a year? Yes. Yes, it's about the touches. It's about nurturing them.
Can I give the tough love?
Please do.
Well, we're talking emails, but inside I demonstrated the emails, the newsletters, but inside this 36 touch are also the 4 phone calls that we need to make. Pick up the phone, make the freaking phone call. There are scripts inside of here to tell you exactly, like, we tell you what to say. There's also text messages that tell you what to say. You just have to do the effort. If you're concerned about your email not sticking out, well, like, put on your big girl pants and like, let's go to work and make the phone calls and send the text messages. Like, that's what we got to do. It's that touch that's going to stand out over the emails. And then I know that Robin, you also mentioned the 19 to cement. That's another important thing. Another thing that I've seen, I don't think it's been published yet though, but like in early conversations of like new MRE2 material, is this idea of a 1 to cement. So a 19 cement is like, we're getting 19 touches out there to really anchor our relationship with that person. And you can do that by like basically doing something like a 3-6 touch, which don't have consistent touches, but.
Well, 19 to cement might be that's a good way that you met somebody at an open house. And it's a different intense type of touch, but it's a slightly different information. You want to cement that relationship. It's not somebody in your database that you know and you saw them at last week's pizza group. Right? So it's a little different.
Yeah, it's kind of like what our 8x8 used to be.
Yes,
Yeah.
like different audience.
But the idea is, yeah, if I meet Raven for the first time at the grocery store at the checkout, I know we kill that analogy all the time, but like if I were to meet Raven at the grocery store, we chat, we talk about real estate. I put her in my database. I'm going to get 19 touches with her so that she thinks Sam Jackson and here's real estate. But a 1 to cement is this other idea that I've seen kind of in the playbooks and some other stuff too, which is when I'm having a conversation, I meet somebody so new, I listen for that one detail that I can make one touch that anchors that relationship immediately for life. An example of that would be when I first moved in March of 2020, we were excited to meet our neighbors because COVID was a really funky time. Our neighbors down the street own Dutch Monkey Donuts in Cumming. We just had a conversation about like, hey, here's our family. It got onto like, they own that business. We talked about our daughter who has a food allergy. She's allergic to dairy. And they actually gave us a half a dozen of non-dairy donuts specifically just for her.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, well, like we're best friends immediately. Like that's important touch. And like, I don't know if you've ever been there, but like they don't have anything that's dairy free there. Like that was like that one touch of cement that was like, okay, not only am I always going to be a loyal customer to them and their business, but like they're just great people now. They've cemented that with one touch. It'd be the same thing of like just paying attention to one fine detail with a new person, get that one to cement them for a long time, and you have a customer for life. Yeah, get your touches.
Right, questions?
Thank you.
Questions?
2024 GLG, if you want to get a jump start on it, just go in there and search that. If not, myself, Lucy will be teaching classes and we'd be more happy to grab your command log and do it for you.
Joy, you got something?
And Sam, you have them in Spanish language now too, is that
Yes,
right?
yeah, Spanish launched this morning. Yeah, we have Spanish available as well. So if any clients of Hispanic background or prefer Spanish, we have those available for 2024 as well. Yes, thank
All right,
you.
any questions? Comments?
Mine is more of a comment, like, I set up my emails and I think I just don't, it's like I'm missing some dots. Like connecting, because I hear 36 touch, I hear it, but I don't feel I really know how to do it. So I don't know if there's a class or somebody I need to get with to really help me connect the dots. I mean, I guess I'm intelligent enough to walk through it if I know what to do, but it's like, I just want to call people or whatever. And, I have asked people like, oh, if you got my email kind of thing, but I just don't really know how to bridge some of what needs to happen.
Yeah, that's really good. I think Lucy is teaching. I don't have my December calendar. Our Melody is out sick this week, but we already have the classes plugged in. I just don't have the calendar to give. Lucy is teaching.
I don't know.
I don't know the name of it, but she is teaching on the 36 touch in your database in December. So watch for that class and feel free to set up an appointment with Sam or Lucy to connect the dots. Sam, say it again about what you don't want technology to be. You said it.
What I say? I'll be asking that this view.
He doesn't want technology to be a burden to you. He doesn't want it to be a burden to you. So they can, it might take 45 minutes figuring it out, watching the video and then going back and stopping it at, 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Okay, let me go back. You can do it in 3 seconds or 3 minutes. So, and they have the option of like sharing screen and things like that.
Well, and I think the key thing is if you feel like there's not, the dots aren't connected, I would definitely pull out shift tactic number 3, pull out the book, shift and read tactic number 3. That's about like lead generation. And then also the lead generation model instead of MREA. Because if I can understand the bigger concept of what are we doing with all these things, that makes a lot more sense. But it all comes back to the 4 laws of the database. We need to build a database, feed it every day, meaning routing new people to it, communicate with it in a systematic way. So like having these different types of touch plans in place, like a 36 touch, 90 cement, to purposefully communicate with them and then service your leads is the 4th law. But like once you kind of understand of like, hey, that's the 4 key things I need to do is build a database, feed it every day, communicate with it in a systematic way, service leads come your way, then you start to have like all those pieces come together. It's like, okay, I know what I specifically need to do at this moment. Or me, I can do that.
And the slides include the video that he just released on how to set up that 36 touch too. If you're one of those do-it-yourselfers, right?
At 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, you can text me. I might be available, but yeah, that's not.
We have the video on the Facebook page and it'll go out with the slides today on how to do that as well. Yeah, that's good. Raven, will you get the slides back up? So when you get the slides later on this afternoon, let's see, where are we? Here we go. The video is right here. So you can watch this video if you want that Sam actually does so that you can do it yourself, or you can reach out to Lucy or Sam to do it. Now's the time because our slow time typically is between Thanksgiving and the end of the year or first week in January. That's when things aren't as frenetic and crazy. So now is the time really to work on your marketing, your branding, things like that. Now's the time. So don't be shy. Meet with the people that you need to meet with. Yeah? Okay, here we go. Inspiration for your week. There is nothing impossible to they who will try. There's nothing impossible to they who will try. Y'all are awesome. You are amazing agents. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna use these slides. And you're gonna get business. Build that pipeline. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, y'all. Have a great week. Thank you.
Don't forget, you can talk with grants, raising grants. Karen? How are you?